Hi all, welcome back to more D-Day at Peleliu. This is my part 3. So the morning after part 2, um, which I left myself with this little situation that came up far quicker than I expected it to. It's always been on my mind this, but so I've been looking back just before hitting record there, looking back at some of the things. I messaged Martin a long time ago. Actually, have I got the? No, I didn't. I've not got my messages up. I messaged him a long time ago about this. Um, the word down in this. It wasn't regarding advance. I think it was. Was it redeploy? Was the other one redeploy? Kind of uses the same same word in, does it? I think so, but it doesn't use the equidistant. It's this whole equidistant part. So when they look back, here's Martin's comment from back in my DD at Tarawa game. Because it was a similar situation. He says the wording for the default tank advance action is confusing, but it's supposed to work like the redeploy action. Yeah, so it is redeploy. So ignore the equidistant from a US unit part. So you look for a position that is A within 4 hexes of the current position, right? That's different here. It's 3 hexes, isn't that? So that's a slight change. Move the tank unit. There's no more than 3 hexes away. So Tarawa's obviously got a little bit leeway there. And then that's A, and then B is closer to a US unit. And then C is unoccupied because it prefers that over occupied. And then D is closest to the current position. In this situation, it will be 11. So that is, I'm right here in thinking that it looks, if you look at it, and I'm sure lots of people look at this, and it's quite confusing, that whole part could do with being reworded. Now, my initial question to Martin, like I said, I've not got all that asking up because it's regarding the redeploy and the difference between redeploy and advance. And we go back and forth a little bit. We're talking about it. He also then gets on the hotline to Mr. Butterfield to ask him, and he confirms this, that the priority is to the position that's closest to, remember we're looking at this tank here, aren't we? It's the position that's closest to this that takes the priority. These are both going to be closer to the nearest US unit. And you would think, and I'm sure many people make the mistake of this, and because of the wording, because of this talk about equidistant, which is, that needs changed. That you would think that this one is, because this one's closer to the US unit, it would be this one. Well, it's not, it's this one. And the other comment that sort of confirms that, like I said, Martin went and asked John Butterfield about this as well. So that is how it should be. They should really change that or put some errata in to take that equidistant part. Because that equidistant part is also in the Tarawa rules. Because remember, this situation I've got here is when I'm playing DD at Tarawa. And the wording's the same. So that really should have been changed. And the comment, where's the comment that I've got regarding this? Hang on a second. Yeah, so here was a question asked about Japanese tank advanced. It's back in 2022. Mats asks, there is a Japanese tank in B-15. Closest US unit is 7 hexes away, 0214. The tank could advance to B-13, and then he highlights that the distance to the US unit would be 5 hexes, or it could advance to B-12, and the distance to the US unit is 4 hexes. Both B-13 and B-12 are unoccupied. Where will the tank go? I feel that this case isn't fully covered in chapter 13.2, but I might be missing it. And he's right, it's not clear. You would think that the one that's going to be 4 hexes away to the US unit would take the priority. So Martin answers, the wording could be better, but you move to B-13, which is the one that's further hexes away. Which in this case, A is closer to a US unit and B closest to the tank's current position. So he thanks him for that. So it is that, and I kind of knew it was that, and Um, it's just because that word. You know what I should really do is score out that equidistant. In fact, you know what? I might have done that in my Tarawa rulebook. That's getting me thinking. Hang on. I didn't do that, but I checked the rulebook and it is, the wording's the same about this equidistant. So I'm going to score that word equidistant out there. Then doesn't really make the sentence clear, but it's just to highlight the fact that that word is just off-putting. I mean, equidistant means the same, doesn't it? And if they're the same, yeah, it just throws you. It just throws you. It doesn't really make sense. It's not, yeah, it's just not worded right, and it just throws you. So I didn't make any comment on part 2 there. So I do expect someday. Thing is, maybe others watching this are not going to grasp that rule. If Martin happens to be watching it, or possibly John Brown, I'm pretty sure they'll point out the fact. Remember, they'll probably remind me that this is. I think at the end of part 2, I was talking about that, the fact equidistant was a problem in the wording there. So I might get some comment back, which is fine, and then it's in the video, and people, because it's a difficult one. It's not right, that really. It should be changed. It's confusing. Well, certainly to me, but I think even the likes of Martin agrees that the wording's not as it should be. So it could do with a change that. Interested to see how, because some of that was copied and pasted. I wonder. I'm going to go and look actually. So I just had a quick glance at my Dida Iwo Jima rulebook and my Dida at Saipan rulebook, and they use that wording as well. Which is, yeah, I mean, that's what makes the rulebook such a mess. There's so much stuff being copied and pasted in the rulebook, in the rulebooks, and the game plays quite differently from these 3 games. And that's just, it was just, yeah. So, I suppose that's been copied and pasted from this. And clearly that's not been clear, and I wish the wording had been changed and errated, and then that would then have passed on to Iwo Jima and Saipan. But the fact they use the exact wording as well. Well, the exact wording, the word equidistant is there, which is the confusing word to me anyway. Okay, so good. So it was the purple position. Oh, and by the way, I said there was no harm in undisrupting this. If I'd come back and not remembered I'd done that, I would have maybe trying to activate this tank unit as well. This was disrupted though, and it's just been undisrupted. However, this should have happened first. So we're moving to this position here. This tank and its depth marker are moving into B13, and that is getting closer to the nearest US unit, and it's the one that's closest to where it came from. And basically that's the priorities. If you just take out that equidistant word, you move to an unoccupied position. Well, both of them are unoccupied. Then the position closest to the tank unit's current position, which is here rather than here, because that is closer. That's it. And it's still, as long as it's still moving closer to its nearest US unit, which was either one of them. I guess if it had been moving closer to one and not the other, I think that would still be the target. But so okay. So yeah, well, I suppose the good thing about that coming up early is we've dealt with it now, because we'll no doubt see it again. It will show its face again. Yes, one of the ones. Okay, so that was us done, and then disruption would have been removed from that. The only disrupted units we've got left are red, so that's all done. That was the fire card. Yes. Okay, yeah, and so Japanese fire card. Yeah, and I just watched back part 2, and it still feels rather clunky as well. I spent an awful long time down here trying to decide where I was going to put these units in their landing boxes, and just I don't know, maybe too much overthinking. I know I do that a lot, but I feel like I've not really got into the flow of the game yet, and yeah, it's not looking a bit. Yeah, it's just a bit messy to me, to be honest. But yeah, I'll just plod on as I am. I suppose this is the way I do things. I wasn't that impressed with part one, part two, really watching them back. So I was going to make a comment on part two, but I thought, oh, let's just get it out there. Okay, so and there was no artillery fire on that card. We dealt with that. We've removed disruption. Second event would be next. We have not got. We skip that on turns 1 to 4, and then the US HQ phase, which is skipped on turns 1 to 7. So then we've got our action phase. Right. Okay. So we've got 2 actions. However, we've got some free actions. Well, we've got the free actions to undisrupt all these, which I'll just do. This is the way I like to do it. I mean, it does say that you should undisrupt at the end. Basically, the reason for that is so you don't get muddled up and start doing things with these guys. But the fact that I'm angling them like that tells me that I can't do anything with them. They've done their thing for this turn. So yeah, that's the best we can do with these. So you can see these are going to clog up the beach spots as well. And yeah, this was horrendous. However, this area was good, and then this wasn't so good, but not as bad as that, if you like. We've got more disruption along there, so let's just deal with that. So this guy underneath is now not disrupted, but the tank's still available. It could get an action. And the same with the guy underneath here. Oops, see, they're kind of, I think it's just because they're quite flimsy counters, It's quite an old game, I suppose. Not one of the newer stuff. Right, that's all the disruption. So what can get a free action? Well, any of these guys that are in beach landing boxes could possibly get a free action. Yeah, well, the fact that's disrupted, he could still. Pretty sure an infiltration move is allowed past a disrupted unit. I would just double check that. I know it sounds like, yeah, that's an easy one, Grant. Right, these two, really can't, they could move. No, actually, they can't move there because that's another beach hex. Right, what is the terminology for them? I get muddled up. Beach landing boxes, beach hexes. Does it show us here back at the beginning? Not there, it doesn't. Right here, I think might do. Or not. We're placing the beach landing boxes. Beach landing boxes. Yeah, beach landing boxes are like white 1, white 2, aren't they? And then I'm just looking for the term for the beach. Is it just beach landing hex or landing beach within each box? The choice of which landing beach hex to place. So a landing beach hex. I think a beach hex. Anyway, a preservation move can be from one of these to another, to not one of these. So it can move from any other hex. So this one here, I think it was this guy. Who was I looking at there? Well, it doesn't matter. This guy could move from there to there. That would be fine, or there to there. He could move from there to there, because that's another beach landing hex. Okay, so this guy would probably remember it's only infantry units that get to do that, so this tank is not going to be able to get one of them. I feel like this would be a good move into here, wouldn't it, for this guy? So will we do that? Or we just preservation move him into there? I think so, because he's moving from brown intense and yellow steady to just brown intense there, or it'd be brown and purple intense there. So I think that makes sense to move him into there. We've also got to remember we're bringing on infantry headquarter units, which can give free actions. I want to say they give free actions to everybody that are stacked with. But again, I think I need to just double check that one. But I suppose they're coming on with 3 infantry units anyway, so he's going to be stacked with one of them wherever he lands. So it's not that way. And we've got to get them off the beach a little bit. So the tank doesn't get a freebie, and this tank moved up here. This looks like we want to attack here. We'd like to use an action attack here, so maybe we should move this, because he can't attack. Now, I could either move it into there or there. This is probably, at the moment, a poorer hex to go to than this, but red could... Well, no, maybe we should keep them together. And then, I suppose, it would make sense for him to move somewhere, and we've got these two as well. Okay. Right, so I'm pretty sure these are all going to preservation moves. Right, let me see that. It's not an order. I don't need to do preservation moves at a specific time, do I? I want to say that might have came up before. Yeah, no, I just read the rule for that last night. Remember, preservation move. It doesn't state that you've got to do that at a specific. It's not something that you do last or anything like that. It's just we probably would like to see. I'm pretty sure this is our other action to attack here. However, I was sort of wondering about, should I attack with both of these? Because if I attack with one of them, the other one could make a preservation move. Now, it's only going to be able to do that if we disrupt this guy or remove this guy, because it can't move from there to there, because that would be an infiltration move, and also from there to there would be an infiltration move. So, what is the situation with a preservation move? May be into an enemy field of fire, but may not be an infiltration move, and may not be used to enter an enemy occupied hex. Yeah, so it doesn't say if we if we revealed this, we can't preservation move into there. But then again, you can't attack and close combat in the same turn. But if we eliminate that guy, then I think this guy could preservation move into this hex. I mean, it might be silly, this. It might be better just to attack with both 14 strength, both guys, really. Because means 7. Let's see. I mean, if that's a 4, and we don't have the weapons, but if that's a 4 and we don't have the weapons and we're attacking with 14, now that's in jungle. Right? Does that not get a boost? Unit strength doubled, depth is not. So yeah, that's doubled. Well, there you go. If it was 4, it would be 8. So even our 14. Well, yeah, that kind of tells you to attack with them both, doesn't it? It's too risky. I mean, it'd be nice to think that we attacked this, managed to eliminate it, and to eliminate it, we would need a strength to be greater than or double and have the weapons. Is that right? Have the weapons, attack strength at least double. Unit alone, Japanese unit would be defeated. So, yeah, if I were attack with one of them, and we got that result, then the other guy could preservation move into the hex. We don't have the R action available yet anyway. The next action we're going to get is M, so I'm pretty sure if we do eliminate this and not occupy it, nothing that I don't think is going to come. Well, that's not true. The next event could place a reinforcement, and that would probably be a target for it, to be honest. But I think it's too much a gamble to just attack with one of these, and then we get even if we get a 3, well, a 3 would be doubled to a 6, as long as we had the weapons. But let's just say there's a CC or a flank on it. We're not disrupting it as well there. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's me. So what these guys are going to... So that's going to be one action to attack there. That's going to be one action to attack there. Well, shouldn't you just do these first? If you're definitely doing that. And then you can see what you're going to do with these guys afterwards. Yeah, let's do that. Right, so I'm going to use this action here to attack. So it's 7 strength. It's got all the weapons. And when I say all the weapons, it's just a normal infantry unit. 4-step regular infantry unit adjacent. So bazooka, machine gun, Browning, mortar, radio, demolitions. And if it was one of the heavy infantry units, have got all that plus the flamethrower. When they're adjacent. If they're not adjacent, 4-3 and 2-step infantry or 4-step regular infantry. Non-adjacent loses, well, it doesn't have the flamethrower and it loses the demolitions. Okay. So, are we just going to attack with us? Yeah, okay. I'm just, a little bit anxious because I've made some, well, I haven't made the blunders, but I've been close to getting blunders. Let's just browse down here to the combat actions here. Okay. Does that not tell me? That's what can help you in that. Yeah, I don't think you need to look at this, Grant. Be a bit more confident in your abilities to do this, the simple things in this game. Right, so we're attacking with this 7 against. Now this has got depth. It has actually. Okay. Well, we're not really. We're needing to see it. It is disrupted, so it's going to. Well, I say it's going to stay disrupted. Is there a chance it could undisrupt? Don't think so. Right, I'm attacking it anyway. So we're going to reveal the unit, not the depth marker. I feel the need to see this in the rule book. I don't know. Resolving an attack. Yeah, there we go. Real Japanese unit, but not the depth marker, yeah. And then add up the strength. Right, okay. So 7, we're attacking with. Right, careful, Grant. Let's just not mess the depth marker up. Right, so we're attacking, and now this is in just brush, so it's not getting any bonuses. It's got flanking. Right, so it's got mortar and flanking, and it's a strength of 2. It's not an elite unit, which is maybe relevant for the withdrawal purposes. However, we're not getting flank on it anyway. So we've got 7 against 2, and then so we come across here, but we've not got the weapons. Fortunately, we've got double though. So we don't have the weapons because we don't have the flank. Attack strength is at least double. 7 against 2 is double. The unit is unit and unrevealed depth marker. Yeah, so we don't get to look at it. Yeah, you need to have the weapons to be able to look at the depth marker. So it just says Japanese unit, Japanese disrupted. That's it. But at least now we know what it is. Not only that, we can barrage that position. We can enter it for close combat. Not in this turn, however. We can't do barrage this turn or enter it in close combat. Is that right? The only ones you can do both of is you can barrage and close combat in the same turn. So that was him done. Yeah, that's just staying disrupted. We don't get to see the depth marker. Okay, that's that. Right, and then the other one, we're going to go in with both of these, I think. Because even these staying in this position, it's still intense yellow. So it doesn't matter the fact that these are, what do you call it? Concentrated. So I think we're going to go with that. So 14 strength into there. I think it's safer to do it that way. Right, well, it is a 3 with a CC. Come on. Well, you need to reveal it to be able to CC it, so that's maybe not that bad a result, really, is it? And if I went in with 1 there, we would have had 7 against 6. So we wouldn't... Well, let's just look what we've got. We've got 14 against 6, right? So again, if that had been a 4, we would have been not. Well, let's see what we're doing. 14 against 6, isn't that? So we've got double. Do we have the weapons? No, because he's wanting CC. Attack strength is at least double. Units alone, Japanese disrupted. But if that was a 4, or we had only had attack with 1 unit, attack strength would be less than, wouldn't it? Let me see. If it had been a 4, 14 to 8? Yeah, so attack strength. No. It'd be greater than but not double. Sorry. It'd be greater than but not double. The unit alone would gain depth. See? It would gain a depth marker. Or if we attacked with just the 1 unit there, it would be 7 against 6, which would be the same result. Don't have the weapons. We would have greater but not double, and then he would gain depth. So that's what would have happened if we had just went with 1 unit. So that was a right choice. I mean, okay, if that had been a 2 or a 1, but how do you know, eh? So we do get disrupted. So that's good. And now we could move on next turn and conduct close combat. Okay, so right now just finishing off what we want to do with these guys. So like I say, he can move here or here. I mean, he's in red and green. Well, this guy's now disrupted, which makes this hex a safer hex. Well, no, it doesn't really make it any safer than that, does it, Grant? I think we want to move these up. So I think I'm going to move both of these into here. Preservation move. Again, they're still concentrated, but they're still in an intense fire hex, so the concentrated part doesn't matter. And I suppose that means you're going to move this guy into here, then, Grant. And he's sort of sitting in a safer, and we can't overstack that. Well, we can, but then the end of our action phase, I'm going to have to fix it. So, I mean, these are in green anyway, aren't they? Well, that's steady green. That's an intense green. Oh, I've not moved that yet, though. Well, he's going to move to either one of these, isn't he? Just not decided which one. So I think we have to move this. We have to get them moving, eh? So that goes in there. And then finally, this guy. I'm not awfully sure if it matters. I think I'm going to go there. Well, yeah, I'll go there. I think these are wanting to go and land. Well, I suppose they could maybe land here. Well, actually, they could. To be honest, could land. If they land on one of these two, green's still active at the moment, you know. So, this is at the moment. This is the safest hex for them to go, but I don't really want them along to the right. I think I want them staying on this side of the thing. Just this side. Whereas all these can sort of stay over that side. I don't know once I get past these, or if I get past these, I don't know where we're going, really. We'll work it out when we get there. Okay, I think that's it, innit? That's just used our 2 actions. We've undisrupted everybody. We've used all our free preservation moves. Yeah, the two tanks are the only thing that we've not done anything with, but we've not got actions to spare for them, so that's it, right? So let me reset everybody. So everybody reset. Action marker's been taken away. So we're a US action phase, additional card draws, end of turn, that's it. So we discard drawn cards and check for shuffle. Again, we'll not be doing any shuffle, so we'll just discard all these. A few more cards this time. And we move the turn marker on to turn 3. Right, that's going to bring the M action in. So, yeah, I'm not really sure what we were... I'm sure there was a box before. I'm going to put it here, just to try and bring it to my attention. Maybe we should know that it's now in operation, but I'll just put it there to say that the M action's now in play. And I think that's it. That's it, right? So I'm 30 minutes in there, so I don't want to cut this as a part. So, yeah, I'm just going to move on. There's never in my games you're going to get a part and it takes up a nice turn and it's all nice and fitted in properly and that. So, yeah, I'm just going to stop and start wherever I am. And that's going to be a part. I try to keep my videos to around about an hour to an hour and a half. I don't like them going over an hour and a half. Feel like that's a bit too much. Ideally, you want to try and keep them to an hour, but sometimes it's better to push on and whatever. Okay, so we're going to move on to turn 3. Yeah? Right, still no catastrophic loss check. We actually have 1 in the box already, so... right, I might just pause for a little bit first though, so I'll be back shortly. Right, let's be back. So where are we? I've been away for a little bit, longer than I thought. Turn 3 just started, I think. Yeah, so US amphibious operations. Yeah, so let's land these, and obviously there's going to be a bit of backlog on the beaches now, isn't there, in particular here, but right, okay, well there's only 2 units in here. They've only got 2 steps each as well, so that's a plus. So yeah, it might be okay. Right, so draw a card for the land-in check here, and white 1. So we get a brown diamond. Brown is firing into there, and that tank is a diamond. Great, no drift. No, I'm pretty sure that the tank gets hit, doesn't it? Oh, that's a bad start. I don't think it matters the fact that it's armoured. No, let's maybe just double check. Yeah, there's nothing to say there that it won't get hit because it's armoured. It just says remove 1 step from each unit with that symbol. So brown is firing into that position. It's not disrupted, and unfortunately that tank takes a hit. There is no drift, however, so we move on to the next box, which is white 2. No drift of green, well, no circles. Green's not firing into there, so nothing doing there. That's fine. Oh, careful, Grant. Right, hang on. I almost lost the deck of cards again. It doesn't help the fact they're way up the top of the table there, which, to be honest, Grant, could you not bring them down beside you? Yeah, I think I can actually. Hang on. Right, so I've just set them off to the side there for now with the discard pile beside them. To be honest, I might alter that as well because this is a bit of space where I can move paperwork about. But that'll do for now. It's handier for me to get to. So I've drawn the next card. I'll still put them up on the track, the other cards. So it's orange 1. Orange 1, no drift, brown triangle. Brown doesn't fire into there, no triangle as well, so that's fine. Next one, orange 2. No drift, purple diamond. No, it's this one that's purple, isn't it? So purple diamond, no. Just brown and yellow firing into there, so that was good. Don't know what that guy getting in hit. Not right away anyway, I'm sure he'll get hit. And then finally orange 3, we've got a bunch in here, so you can see we've got 2 with a diamond, so don't want to see a diamond on this card. So here we go. We got a triangle and it's blue. Oh, and the blue isn't blue. It should be purple, shouldn't it? So we're getting away with that. There is a drift, however. Well, actually, might not be so bad. So yeah, blue. Remember, this is brown and purple that should be here. This icon's wrong, and it should be purple. So there's nobody getting hit. However, a triangle will drift left. I think it's just one. If you had more than one triangle, I think it's only one of them that drifts. So if we had a diamond here, it would only be one of these. I would go and double check that if it was relevant, but it's not. I'm just mentioning what I think is correct. Of course, could be wrong, but I like to go and double check these things anyway. So this would drift left. So this is coming in here, and that's fine. So no more hits. So just that tank initially got hit. So I suppose that maybe wasn't as bad as what it was started off to be. Right, that's everybody been checked. So now we move units onto the beach. Yeah, these are going to get in the way a little bit. Not if I move it up like that. That's fine. And if you maybe didn't have your phone there as well, that would be even better. Damn. So yeah, I'm still trying. Just keep my eye lines following along with this guide, just to. It shouldn't really be needed, and I'm sure I'll get there. So right, let's land these guys. Now I seem to be spending an awful long time the last time and putting these onto the beach hexes, but I don't know, it felt at that time like it was sounded sort of important as to where they went. But right, so we've got two. Now remember, we can overstack here. So which is going to be tempting. Well, hold on. This guy could actually go up here, and then that gives him a free move. What's the likelihood of him surviving, though? I mean, that's intense purple, brown, and yellow. Whereas this is intense purple and blue, so slightly better, isn't it? The problem there is as well that if we do put this HQ unit in here to be able to get... Oh, hold on. Well, let's find out if the HQ... Let's see, it's an infantry HQ. My guess is it's not going to give that tank a free action. That would be my guess. Yeah, so page 23 talks about infantry HQ units. 10.3. US infantry units with HQ in their designation have the properties of infantry units and have limited HQ capabilities. These units can also be recognised by their star symbol in place of a normal target symbol. Each infantry HQ unit has the following HQ capabilities. An infantry HQ unit performs a free action. An undisrupted infantry HQ commands any infantry unit in its hex. So infantry unit can. Regardless of designation, infantry HQ may not command unit types other than infantry. Infantry unit in command of an infantry HQ may perform an action for free. Infantry HQ units conduct actions like other infantry units and count towards stacking limits. So they count. The battalion HQs do not. Is it battalion HQ? Regimental HQ it is. They do not. Now they've got the star on them, so I want to say the newer games brought in the fact that if they were in intense fire, these could be hit as well. But I think there was far more of them. However, the old games like this is, if this is sitting in this position here, so we say you can see it's intense purple, brown, and blue. If purple, brown, and blue fire, or yellow for that matter, but if purple, brown, and blue fire, it's not an automatic hit because he's in intense fire. However, if the symbol on the colour has got the star, then yes, it would consider it. It would be the last option. They would try and hit other things first, and then if there was still a hit to dish out, then he would get it. Right, that's my understanding of it. So yeah, so he can't go and... So if I stack this on this, and then gave this an action for these to both, for them to attack, well, to be honest, he could get a free action attack, and then the infantry HQ could move right enough. Yeah, these are all pretty horrible places to go, aren't they? I mean, he could get an infiltration move. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do here. This is a horrible little bit, isn't it? So yeah, I do not rate my chances on purple, brown, and or yellow, or blue for that matter. It's not coming up. One or two of them are going to come up, aren't they? But it doesn't really matter where you put it. This is the safest of the hexes, but when I say safest, so that means some of these have got to just be cannon fodder, really, haven't they, to soak up some of the damage. I feel like maybe the tank should go in here, and then we'll put the infantry in there, then the HQ. Across here, these are two. See, again, you could do that. You could put the HQ on that as well. Then they could get a free action to attack. Well, that I'm assuming that blue doesn't come up. That's a better chance. Then they would get a free action to attack that. If this guy was here and, well, he survived as well, then he could also join that attack. It is just, but it's got depth. So, oh, hang on though. This could go up here, couldn't it? Yeah, that could go up there, which makes a bit more sense actually, I think. Yeah, so I don't really want to put the tank up there as well. So I know I've not landed this one yet. Let me come back to that. So that there, and then I think I'll put that there. Because that can... oh, do we know what this is? We do, don't we? Ah, yeah, this needs flanked. Well, we're not getting flanked. Remember, they've got to be not adjacent. So this would have to be in here, or here, or here. Well, there's nothing. I can't create that just now, can I? No. So is there maybe? Because if I'm not going to attack that, well, if it undisrupts, I might want to attack it still though. To keep it down and just attack it with a 7 would be fine to disrupt it again. I don't know. I maybe feel like coming across here, because these could survive. Red's not going to fire. If blue doesn't fire, I mean, if blue does fire, it might be able to target some of these other stuff first, and these guys might be able to get a swing at that. So I'm sort of tempted to go in there then. And we could get lucky, red doesn't come up again and he stays disrupted. Or maybe we've got an action free. Man, we've only got 2 actions, so... yeah, okay, I'm going to go there then, I think. So this is overstacking this hex. So we do have to make sure that that gets fixed before the end of the action phase. But remember, we've got the Japanese fire phase to come first, so... is that risky? And this one could either go in here, which I think this guy's in all sorts anyway. I think we'd be better taking a chance in here. And again, although it's overstacked, now, hold on though, 5, that's only 6 steps in there. This might be 7 in here, is it? Well, that's actually 8 steps in there, Grant. Yeah, but it's intense blue anyway. So, doesn't matter. I've been pondering over this for quite some time, and I am just going to leave it. I don't know if it's right or not. I mean, I feel like I'm just leaving this guy to die, but I'm pretty sure if I put that HQ unit on that, he's going to be disrupted. So it's kind of wasted. I mean, yes, there's a good possibility this guy will be disrupted as well. fair enough. But I think there's a better chance, isn't there? There's a better chance. Okay, and then as for this one, yeah, I mean, I don't know if this was the right call or if I should have put on that. I don't know with that one. If red doesn't come up on the fire card, then that was probably the right choice putting it here. But you don't know that's going to be what's going to be. Yeah. Right. Let's move along. Right. So all these spots are free. So yeah. So that's annoying. Did I maybe mess that up? Well, I don't know. Yeah, I'm thinking if I'd left one of these guys in one of these boxes still, this guy could land and then give him a free action. But he got a free action moving up there anyway, didn't he? So I think, yeah, this is also the safer place to be. In fact, should the tank not be going there as well, maybe? Yeah, because tank could actually, did we find out? This is CC, innit? Yeah. Tank might be better just going in here as well. That's got flank on it. That's got CC. Well, a great couple of units to start with, didn't we? Not. Well, obviously it's going to maybe force our hand to go in with one of these units or possibly two of them. Maybe you only get 4 cards for the 4 steps, so any more than 4 steps doesn't help. So to be honest, I think it's probably better just going in with 1. But right, I think I'll put the tank in here as well then. And that in there. And I was right. It is just adjacent, isn't it? Any infantry unit in its hex. Whereas the regimental HQs have a range of 1, so in their hex and any hex adjacent. Okay, moving along. So this guy had drifted. Well, he's got a range of 2 actually, and that if that guy was to able to attack, yeah, there's a no-brainer there. Then I think. So we land him in there. He's going to be firing through the brush, and then him in there. So if it can spare an act, well, assuming things are, well, probably not showing you that. Sorry. If this gets a chance to attack that, then this could support the attack because it's got a range of 2. Well, mind you, the other ones have got a range of 2 as well, haven't they? Firing through the brush, though, at half the strength of US infantry conducting range fire through intervening brush hex. And that would be an intervening brush hex. But where's this guy going, Grant? Well, this hex is free. Is it not just going there? I mean, yeah, we could overstack again, but... What are we getting next turn? That's the biggest load of units coming in. There's still a few though, maybe about 7 or 8, 6, 7, 8. I mean, I suppose this is safer, isn't it? But there's enough for this brown. This brown position can only hit 1 thing anyway, and there's enough options for it without it. And it's going to pick closest as well before it hits something else. Maybe I should though, because they can get different actions, can't they? Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to put that in there as well. Now, hold on. No, you're breaking rules, Grant. You can't do it in the beach boxes. You made a mess of this, haven't you? Come back out here. You made a mess of this, haven't you? I'm going to have to go and sort this now. Because although stacking, you can stack, but when you're landing, we already got this, didn't we? You can't land overstacked. I checked this in the previous turn. Come on, Grant, retain the information, please. Now, where does it tell me? Landing units. In step 2, move every unit in a beach landing box into a beach hex adjoining that box. No more than 2 units may be placed in a single hex. This limit includes units already in the beach hex from previous turns. Right, okay, yeah. I was just thinking there, it says no more than 2 units may be placed in a single hex, but then it confirms it by saying this limit includes units already in the beach hex from previous turns. And then if there is insufficient room, excess units of your choice remain in the beach landing box. Right, so I'm going to have to fix this because that's now not allowed in there. So we had that and that to land, and it was that and must have been that tank there. Right, so let's fix that now then. So yeah, I can't land anything in there or there. Does that mean you do put it up there? I mean, I could put it there, but that's just as bad. That's annoying. Right, so I guess I have to land it up there then. And then the tank's still going to land there. Well, just as well I spotted it, I suppose. It's odd though, because I spoke about it last turn. That was last night. That was ages ago. Okay, so well now this is a no-brainer. Then this does go on that, lands on that, and then the tank still goes in the same. Here we just landed them both together, didn't we? Yeah, which was fine. So and then here, what we were trying to do, we can't. So, however, we can land. I wonder if keeping the heavy one back is wiser. I mean, if this fires, unless, let's say it builds depth, it's going to fire, it's going to hit that, and to be honest, it would hit that, wouldn't it? Because that would then have 4 steps. That's only got 3, so it actually would hit this if it built depth. Sorry, again, I'm maybe not showing you. We're talking about this brown position here. Just that, obviously, this can't get hit in here, you know, it's a safe hex. And this has got range as well. So, yeah, I think I will. I think I'll put that in there with the infantry HQ, and then put that in there. Okay. Right, final box then. So, have we got issues here? I think we have. So something's going to get left behind here, isn't it? Damn it. Right, we had some disruption across here as well, though, didn't we? Okay, so we can put 2 units in there and 1 in there, and we've got 4. So somebody's been left behind. 4, 5, 6, 7. That would be 7 steps. However, although it's steady yellow, yellow's disrupted, so it wouldn't really be an issue. Yeah, and I don't want to concentrate this hex though, because blue's firing in there with steady fire. So I think I'm going to put that and that in there. That's 6 steps. I suppose we're leaving the tank behind then. I think so. Am I? Yeah, probably best, because at least you can move. So that's 7 steps in there. But brown's intense, yellow's disrupted, so that should be safe enough. Right, we'll have to leave the tank there then. So it says that, doesn't it? This limit includes units in the available beach hexes to play. Sorry, I missed a line there. This limit includes units already in the beach hex from previous turns. If there is insufficient room in the available beach hexes to place all units, excess units of your choice remain in the beach landing box for landing next turn. So he has to stay in orange 3 and he'll be part of the landing next turn. Okay, right, that's everybody landed. We now place the units to land for turn 4. Now let's see what we've got. Right, these have not got fixed boxes. These. Zoom out. So we've got, this is going orange, this is going orange. Well, actually that one has, this is going orange. These are going orange 3, so, well, we've no choice with they two. So that's along here beside this tank. So orange 3 for these two. Yeah, so we need to make moves with these, but again, they did get attacked. They got hit the last time, got disrupted, so couldn't get moving. Okay, well, they've got to go there. I've not got a choice. Right, and then this is going in the white, somewhere white, and this one's going somewhere orange. So I'm not going to put them in orange 3, but they could be between orange 1 and 2, I suppose. I mean, orange 1 looks a sort of sensible place to put them. Yeah, I think so. We're just going to put them all there then, Grant, are we? Looks like the best bet, because I mean there could be a bit of issues. I mean some of these are going to move, but maybe not them all. And at least there's 2 spaces here, and well, there might be a tank left there, but that's fine. So yeah, right, and then white. Well, I don't like white 1 box, but you feel like you've got to try and do something about this. But I don't know. Yeah, this is where people that have played the game a few times will be able to know that maybe you ignore this part at first and just keep away from that. Once you go on the beach, you just move that way away from that. But these are B positions, so we've got this, you know, as part of our victory conditions as to, what was it, all A and B, unless you take some C and D, that reduces the amount of A and B that you need, something like that. Yeah, I still think I'm putting this guy in white 2. It just says white, so you can go white 1 or white 2. So that's that. Okay. Right, that's landing. So we'll go for an event. Yeah, I think maybe squeeze an event and a fire phase, will we? Yeah, because it shouldn't take that long. So event, right, I've got the cards down the side here. So this is turn 3. And remember, we've got the M action. Well, that's not relevant till we draw the next card, but anyway, event on turn 3. Take an evil fire marker. Good. Okay, we will indeed. Yeah, I can go up there in the event box. Enable fire marker. Let me see. They're in here somewhere. Is that one? No, dauntless airstrikes. There we go. So naval gunfire. So that's got an unlimited range. It's got a strength of 9. It satisfies the NA weapon requirement. And yeah, there's some conditions to be using it. I think somebody's got to have a radio that's in the field of fire to be able to call it in, basically. It makes sense. So we keep this beside us anyway. I've got that down beside the action markers. And we can use that. It can be used on a barrage as well, but remember, barrage targets have to be revealed, whereas attack targets do not, so you could chuck it in on an attack, or yeah. We'll have a look come the time. Right, so Japanese fire, yeah, is it? I think. Japanese fire, and we do have, right, we've got machine guns this time, or we've got the M action, should I say, and we've got, what else have we got? Well, artillery. Artillery's in place. Right, so here we go. There's no artillery, I'll look right down the bottom to start with. ARM, so the blue action is going to be an M. So it's generally, machine guns is not awfully different from just normal fire, but yeah, I'll go through. I know I said once the lettered actions kick in, you're meant to go like that. We'll see if there's what's the word? If two things are happening at the same time that might need to be looked at. So, well, we did get red on that card. Oh no, I had to change that situation anyway. So that's actually worked better, isn't it? Because that is going to undisrupt. Right. So red, purple, and a blue M. So we've got purple here. Purple and blue steady fire, but I mean that's hitting that. Well, actually, this isn't as bad because brown and yellow aren't firing, are they? But blue is right. Let me just double check the machine guns. Is it not telling me up here on my thing somewhere? Yeah. So yeah, US units. Yeah, if it's an occupied position, if it's an unoccupied position. Oh, yeah, muster, and then we've got multiple fire. I've got mortar fire. Why was I thinking M was just machine guns? It's not. You've got mortar fire, you've got muster possibilities, and you've got fire with machine guns. Okay. So how do I need to go about this? Well, is there any empty blue positions? I think what you're better doing is, because blue's got, yeah, just look at the blue. I mean, this blue position here is going to do something. And this one is going to do something. This doesn't count as being empty, I think. It's within 3. Is it within 3 or 2? Within 3. I'm pretty sure that counts as being, it's not empty, isn't it? I'm going to go and look for it, but I know it's the case. Well, right, I was looking through the rule book, but I thought, let's have a look at this. There's a clarification here. What was it under? 12.0. Yeah, the procedure, isn't it? I thought that's exactly the page I'm open at. But obviously maybe it doesn't clarify this. Yeah, and it's a whole issue about positions and position groups. But it clarifies here that a position group is considered unoccupied if none of its hexes are occupied by Japanese units and at least one of its hexes is not occupied by US units. So get my head around that. Where was it we were looking? There's blue position on here, wasn't it? So it's not considered unoccupied because there's a Japanese unit in this other hex. So this is not considered unoccupied. Yeah, there would have to be no Japanese units in there. And however, if this was a US unit, this would be considered unoccupied. Or if this was a US unit, and I mean this wasn't here. If there's a US unit in there, this would be considered unoccupied. A US unit in there, this would be considered occupied. If there's no US units or Japanese units, obviously if 2 US units, it is occupied. No Japanese units, it's considered unoccupied, but however, a Japanese unit in here or here means that the other one is considered, it's not considered unoccupied. Now, a Japanese unit can go in there, but it's not considered unoccupied for purposes of the muster action, for instance, which we're looking at just now, which would look at an unoccupied position that had US units within 3 hexes. Well, that is, but it's not unoccupied. Whereas if that wasn't there, then, well, actually both of these would muster, I think. I don't know how the muster works. I'm not going to look at it until we need to do it. So that's the only other there's an unoccupied blue, but it's not within 3 hexes of a US unit. So yeah, so all blue is going to do is, because it's got US unit, it's occupied and it's got US units in its field of fire, it's going to fire with machine guns, which does it extend its Does it not have it on this chart somewhere on the machine guns? Yeah, machine gun fire priority 3. So it's priority 3, so it's after intense, after steady fire, then you look at machine gun fire. And it can be a hex that's adjacent to an intense hex. Yeah, so to give an example of that, this green position here, you can see it fires intense fire into there, intense fire into there. Well, with machine guns, it would also fire into this hex because it's adjacent to an intense green fire. So it would also be able to target that hex. But this is blue we're talking about anyway. So red, purple, blue. Okay, coming back here, trying to get through that. These are not fine. So we've got purple and blue here. So these are going to do the damage, aren't they? And then remember, priorities are intense, most steps, closest. So these are all an intense, all 4 of these hexes, and this is not an intense blue. So, and these are going to be the 2 closest hexes to blue. So he's going to hit 2 of these. That's got 3 steps. These 2 have got 3 steps. Yeah, you can deal out 2 hits. It's going to be 2 of these. Yeah, so that's not going to hit that. And that's not going to affect purple. Purple's still got 2 hits to dish out between these 2 or this one as well. Well, in fact, hang on, Grant. Well, hang on. Does it goes intense? Oh, it is most steps first. Well, it's just going to hit that, isn't it? But, hold on, stop. Right. Can I maneuver that to benefit myself? I'm not sure. They're going to dish out 4 hits, right? There's no argument there, and they can do it. See, I think this is where it matters who fires first here. Well, it does. Well, that's only when the letters come into it. What I mean by this is he's wanting to hit intense first, right? So it's all intense fire we're talking. Let's forget about that. Nothing's going to come down to steady fire. It's all going to be intense. Then he's going to pick most steps, not nearest, which is just, I thought it was the other way about at first. It's most steps first. So he's got 3 targets with 3 steps. Well, in fact, he's got, well, that's 2. That's steady fire, so that doesn't count. He's got 3 targets with 3 steps. So he's going to hit 2 of these. Now, it's then closest to priority, so they're both as close, and then it's my choice. So what I can do here is sneak away. If I'm allowed to do this, what I can do is take a hit on this guy, right? Because if I take a hit on both of these, this one's going to be hit by purple. And you might say, well, you've got to balance, you've got to spread out all the hits. Well, if I take a hit on this and then one of these, I've not broke any rules, I don't think. And then purple dishes out 2 hits and it's looking for most steps first. Well, this is only going to be 2 steps. Well, to be honest, this is going to have had a hit as well. I don't know if I'm allowed to do this though. So then it would look at these. This would be 3 steps. So this would take the first hit. And then the second hit would it would have to go to this guy. I'd prefer that situation, I think. Because it's definitely going to hit this guy. And then it's other one, if I leave that, if blue doesn't hit that, that's going to be the second hit. So I think I'd prefer to keep him. I'm allowed to do that. I think so. It only says you've got to dish out the hits. Right, let me see. Hit limit 6.3 maybe. Step loss limitation. Oh, it's in that area, isn't it, Grant? 6.3-ish. Yeah, step loss limitation. A given US unit may not lose more than one step in a single Japanese fire phase, even if hit by fire from multiple Japanese positions. Exception is 13.2N. And I've not seen anything in the rulebook that changes this up as the game goes on. So maybe it doesn't happen in this game. I'm sure somebody will point me to it if it does. I thought maybe when it got to maybe turn 12, because that's the sort of end of the sort of first scenario, isn't it? And then it changes into the night phase. But I never came across it, but I wasn't hunting it down deliberately, I suppose. Apply the excess hits to other targeted US units if available. If not, ignore the excess hits. However, you must attempt to hit the most US units possible when assigning hits from multiple positions. So it's just saying you must attempt to hit the most. It's not specifying that, I need to, because, if I was playing as a Japanese, I'd want to hit this unit and this unit for the purple, and then these two units for the blue. But because it's my choice here, they're still going to dish out the two hats, just to different units, and they're still going to dish out the two hats. I think I'm going to let this go. I think this is okay. I don't know if this has come up before or not. The other way to look at it is it does say that when the word actions start, you go from this side of the map to the other. So I guess the blue would fire first here before the purple, if you want to look at it like that. But so he's going to hit two things, and the machine gun bit isn't going to matter because he can hit two that are in intense fire. So it's two of these three steppers. They're both adjacent, so I'm going to hit this guy and that guy. So they're going to hit both of these, and they're both going to be disrupted. So let me put that there. No, I need the replacement counters for them. That's what it is. That's why I set them off. I31 and F21. I31. I31. So I31 is going on there. And then F21. F21 is going on there. So that's two more for the catastrophic loss box. Up to three already. Right, and then these are both hit. So this one's going in here, disrupted. And I would just sometimes, once maybe the game kicks in a bit more, well, to be honest, this is a situation where it would, because purple's still to fire yet, so I would kind of like tilt this. I'm not going to do it here, but I would tilt it to say that it's taking a hat, Again, if you get distracted, you go away, you come back, and then you're not sure where you're at, so, because it can't take another hit again, and purple's still to fire, so I think you get what I'm saying. So, and then he's in there hit as well. And again, if red is on the card, but this is disrupted, you need to know that this is taking a hit. Yes, you should be able to remember these things because it shouldn't be that much time have passed, but this is Grant's videos. Time passes at an alarming rate. Okay, so that's blue done its two hits, right? So now we can look at purple here. And purple's going to hit two things as well. And it can still hit two things. It can hit more than two, because that's an intense fire. That tank's an intense fire, for instance. And yeah, I'd probably love it just to target that tank, but we're not allowed to do it that way, because that tank's only got one step. I'm making a mess here. Right. So, first priority is, well, after intense fire is steps. This is taking one hit. So this is K31. Let's just jump him in there quickly. K31 takes a hit and is disrupted. Yeah. And that's his headquarters. The headquarters unit goes back on top. And that's another one for the box. That's 4. And then one other hit. Well, he can't hit that because it's a star, and there's no star on the purple. It's got an R on it. We'd have to have a star there, so he can't hit that. He's got one other hit to dish out. He can't hit the disrupted unit underneath there because he's already been hit. However, and then he can hit one of this, or this, because they're all in intense. This has got the most steps, so L3-1. Let's take another hit. And it's disrupted. So that's that. Right, that's that blue and purple position done its thing. Let me know if you think there was anything wrong with that. I don't think so. Clearly, if I took the hit on that and then wasn't allowed to dish out enough hits from that position, that would have been illegal, and I would have had to do it differently. But I think the way I done that was okay. I mean, it does say it's your choice when it comes down to certain parts of the fire. Right, red is going to, well, I'll come back to the undisrupting things. This is green. The only thing, yeah, green, yellow's not on the card. So we're along here, brown, purple. Yeah, so we've got purple. This purple position, this blue position. I think that's all we've got to concern ourselves with. So, well, again, we'll pick in the blue one first because that's closer to me, and then we'll go that way. So blue, firing with machine guns. So maybe this might... The steady fire, well, it depends. Is this a circle? It's not. It's a diamond. That's a circle, though. Damn it. I think he's going to be able to stretch to here and hit that L37. Now, hold on. Purple's going to fire at something anyway. So purple's probably going to hit that anyway. Well, he's maybe got choices. No, he's not. Nah, he doesn't fire into there. So in actual fact, well, again... No, I can't play with this one, can I? Because purple's not firing in there. Brown's not firing. Well, actually, that purple position there, that's not reaching in, is it? No. The more inland ones tend to not fire out so far. Okay, so, well, he's definitely hitting, looking for intense fire, which these two hexes are, and then most steps, so he's going to hit this guy. That's purple's fire, because blue can't hit that anyway, because it's a diamond. So hit and disrupted. So much for me putting the infantry HQ on him. And then blue, now, has got one shot to fire. This is not intense, it's steady fire, but again, there's no star symbol, so it can't hit that. And then blue doesn't extend into there. However, blue has machine guns. Yeah, no, it was from intense, wasn't it? Oh no, is that not steady? Oh, it is. I think we're getting away with it then. Let's just get machine guns up and have a look at it in the book. I think it's only when it's adjacent to intense fire that it stretches out one more. Oh, it doesn't tell you in here, does it? It doesn't tell you under the lettered actions for machine gun fire. Well, it must tell you in Japanese fire somewhere. I mean, it might just... Priority 3, if the position is firing with machine guns, units and hexes that have no fire dots but are adjacent to hexes with intense fire dots. We're getting away with this. So, blue's got intense fire into there, intense fire into there. So, if we had a US unit in here, for instance, that would be adjacent to intense blue and we'd get a hit. This is only steady fire, so it does not spread into this hex. So we get lucky and that one misses. Is that right? And that's all you can hit. Like I said, he does fire with steady fire in there, but the symbols where he's got a diamond, the guy that's been hit already, and that's a star. So we need to be a star on the cover. Yeah, okay. That's it, right. Now, I'm saying that's it. What about the tanks, Grant? Well, we've got one tank that's going to undisrupt. We've got two in yellow positions actually, so yellow's not in the card, but we do have this blue tank. Now that is the M action though as well, so hang on a minute here. Well, I should possibly tell me in my chart here. Multiple fire if US units are in field of fire, then if US units remain in field of fire, fire again. Yeah, again, I like to, at first anyway, find these in the rule book. Japanese tanks, multiple fire. So it's going to fire if any US units in a tank's field of fire. We're looking at blue. Well, there's no US units in field of fire. Remember, it stretches out one more, but it's nowhere near us. So it can't do that. And it says then, if any US units remain in units field of fire. Is that the one I'm doing? Multiple fire. Yeah. There. This is the one. This is the one that they could hit you twice. Then, if any US units remain in units field of fire after resolving the first fire action, conduct a second fire action, resolved as a completely separate action from the first. If no US units are in the tank units field of fire, then there's no action. So he doesn't do anything. So good. But that is the time when you could get hit twice. That's the exception. And, well, whether the rules change up as the game goes along, I'm sure somebody will let me know. So yeah, so just to remove disruption, well, unfortunately now, that was the last one we had, was red, so that's undisrupting. Yeah, that was just disrupted from the start, wasn't it? So you can see they did last a little while, but you can also see that we were nowhere near 10. So it's not really, it's a bit silly to mark these, but I was just doing it by the book. Red, 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 and then there's one more here, which we disrupted through fire. Well, actually, he was already disrupted as well, wasn't he? Yeah. So the only thing left disrupted is his yellow position, which we attacked before, but yellow's not in the card, so that's staying down. So that's good. Well, actually, that's true. No, that is really good, because we want to CC that. And the fact it's disrupting that, and again, there's a bit of changing up with the close combat and in this game. Once you go in, it's harder. It's not as easy as it was in Tarawa, because what it's starting disrupted is beneficial to us, but it still fires straight away. It still gets to fire first. Whereas in Tarawa, because this was disrupted, I think we would get to fire first. We'll confirm that when we go for it anyway. Right, that's Japanese fire card done. I'll probably, yeah, that's closing in on an hour and a half now, isn't it? So I'll come back to. It's not turn. Yeah, the second event starts on turn 5. So we're going to be coming back to US action phase, I believe. And there was no artillery on that card as well, was there? No, so that's good. And we removed all the disruption. Okay, so I'll be back in a bit. Probably maybe get the dogs taken out now, so I've got the rest of the afternoon to myself. Like I say, Tracy's away on a wee journey for now, so I've got the place to myself. Yeah, okay, and I'll start uploading this and hopefully watch it. I have watched the first 2 parts back and try to do that and get out. I know I should probably just chuck it out there, but I might start doing it if they catch up with me, because I've got quite a bit of time to record here and I don't want to leave things lying too long and then find out there's been a blunder made way back 3 parts ago when I can't fix it. So, okay, I'll be back later. Cheers.